Hello everybody, soybean farmer here. November the 22nd here on the little farm. Still have not had that hard killing frost that I need. And man, I would love to be out here cutting these beans. But they're not ready. There's still some issues here. Last week, Monday a week ago, one of those moisture systems came in off the Gulf, Mexico. Came up through the south, headed towards the coast of South Carolina, and then turned and came up through North Carolina. It rained Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and a little bit on Thursday morning. The total accumulation here on the little farm from that event last week was 7 inches. Ground's really wet out here, and of course the beans are wet. And then it stayed cloudy, overcast, with no direct sunshine to be able to, get down here on this ground and start pulling that moisture out until let's see, today's Thursday, Tuesday of this week. Yesterday, Wednesday, the clouds went away, the sun got out, hit the ground, did what I wanted it to do, but I actually need about 4 or 5 days of that weather condition to pull moisture up out of the ground. Of course, the moisture, as it's coming up out of the ground, it's got to come back up through these beans. And right now, these beans I'm used to, if I took and did that, that pod would have just popped right open. Now this one came open a lot easier than the ones I've been sampling. And there's 3 beans out of that pod. The issue I've got with these, let's dump them over in this hand. Take one and take it right there. And I've been doing this for 18 years and it works, but I can squeeze that bean just as hard as I possibly can, make my fingers hurt. And I can feel the bean give. So that right there tells me it flunked the first moisture test. And the second test is to put it on the back molars right beside my ear and bite down on it. And if I hear it crack, I know it's dry. And this, no crack, it just mashed. You can see right there, I never heard it crack, it just mashed. That's about a 15% moisture bean right there. And I would lose a bunch of money taking these beans to the mill. I don't have any on-site storage here, and I don't have any way to dry them down. So let's do another one. Same thing, I can feel it give. No crack, just mashed. And the third one, well, tip pointless. They're still too wet. So here it is, November 22nd. Every year is a little different. And I'd lose a bunch of money if I got in here and started cutting these. I want to get in that combine and go. But I don't want to find out that I got $200 moisture dockage on load of beans in that truck of, say, 190 bushels. That kind of loss hurts. And that kind of loss comes from making poor decisions. Good farming practices is all about making good decisions. And if I was just, farming part-time and fully retired and didn't have scheduling on a job off the farm, it'd be easy. I'd go back in the house and hang out with my wife, and we'd drink coffee and make eyes at each other. Yeah, I've been with that woman 30 years, and she's still just as good to me as she was the day I first laid eyes on her. Love is a wonderful thing when you find the right one. Side note there, thinking about my wife. But I would, I think, well, get out here and cut a load, and maybe they'll dry down. The conditions are perfect this morning. It's about 11 a.m. and I can see the dew has gone off the grass, and when you just reach over here and let's get one down low. Well, that one popped. See, it's tough. The pod does not want to open, and I think it's just the different kind of beans. My favorite bean had been Norfolk King Pioneer Group 7, and that pod would have been after a hard killing frost. I don't know, something about it be a lot drier, a lot more brittle. I'm mashing on that bean and I can feel it give in my hand. Absolutely no crack, just mash, soft. Good 15% moisture bean right there. Got some pretty serious dockage too. Let's see what this one does. Same thing, just mashed. No crack, too wet. Well, last year here on the little farm I got the first really good hard killing frost on November the 21st, and it was a good one. It was solid. It was the kind of frost that if you stepped out in that grass you heard it crunch under your shoe. Just haven't had that this year. Every year is a little different. So I think I'll go find some other things to do today. I think it's been about 9 days or 8 days. You know, my last videos were servicing the combine, and it has cranked mighty good this year. I hadn't had to fight with it. I went ahead and poured 10 gallons of diesel fuel in it. I can run that little combine. I can run that little combine on about 7 gallons of diesel fuel and get what I call a load, somewhere around 190 to 200 bushels on that truck. You know, small farm, small combine, small truck. But I've made the mistake twice in 18 years of running that combine out of fuel in the field, thrashing beans. Bad mistake. That motor loses power because it's no fuel and it goes down, and the threshing in that combine is full of beans. That is a rough situation to be in to get it started back up without tearing a belt or something all to pieces. But I think I will go ahead and crank that thing, let it run a little bit, and charge the battery. Just peace of mind that I can get in and crank it. That'd be nice. And I'll go find something else to do, because I'm not taking the moisture dockage hit. I'll get it worked out. Everybody, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, Soybean Farmer. I've noticed a lot of new subscribers over the last couple of weeks. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you go back and look at some of my old videos and get some entertainment. Everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're enjoying time spending it with your families. Bye, y'all.